is the Glass Cannon Network.
There are times when you are getting together with your good friends to play a game, and you're really excited. You're really, really looking forward to the gaming experience. And then there are other times where you're a little tired, you're a little burnt out, and you just don't feel like it, but you know all your friends want to play, so you kind of grind through the session. It happens. And then there are times when you show up to play a game with your friends, and you are just honestly and truly scared and nervous. And that's how I feel tonight. I am very, very afraid and nervous about what is coming as we close in towards the end here of season 5 of Get in the Trunk. We're so nervous that we are way late starting the recording of this episode. We should have been recording 30 minutes ago minimum, and we just keep stalling, and I keep stalling because I just don't want to do it. I'm just too scared. We were trying to get silence earlier, and Skid just was letting his dog eat out of his microphone. Apparently,
he was wheezing.
This dog's got
very sick.
Would you prefer I suffocate him and kill him?
Put him down.
That's the only other option.
Just put him down for this episode.
Honestly,
okay?
Skid, I don't know how we're supposed to get the proper noise reduction on your audio track if we can't, if you don't smother the dog.
People have to see the dog.
Yes.
Oh no.
Let's see. I didn't get to see him before. Let's see him.
Bring the dog.
Bring the
People
moosh.
demand it.
This is who Joe wanted me to kill. Look at this. Look
Stop
at
it. With your face. Stop with your face.
Oh, mush. No, it's
Look at
okay,
your
mush. We won't
You
kill
mush,
you.
you face.
Don't let the mean man get you down.
I just love every time a pet enters our scene, and that is objectively a very cute pet. Our ratings just spike through the roof. Like somehow the word goes out on the internet, and in 4 seconds, the viewership doubles. It's wild how much people like looking at pets on a screen.
Oh, God, of course.
I just don't get it. My kids I feel like they almost have my wife convinced that she could potentially get a cat.
Oh, yes.
And I feel very weird about this. I've never had a cat. I've never had any pet. But I've always been like, if I was going to get a pet, I'd get a dog. But then I think like, man, I love dogs, but that's a lot of work. Yeah. And they're super gross, obviously. But cats, they're both very neat and easier in general. Yeah. But they also will kill you in your sleep.
You got to get the right cat.
Well, how do you know? You can't talk to it.
Any cat will eat you alive if they don't have enough food. They will eat your rotting corpse.
So will a dog. I don't want to hear that, because so will a dog. You're dead on your kitchen floor. Your dog's going to start nibbling your toes. Troy, your cat is an orange cat, right?
That's not the breed. It is a Persian.
Right, but the coloring is orange.
Yeah, you could call it orange.
I've heard that.
What do you call it?
Burnt sienna.
amber.
I call it
creamsicle.
Vanilla creamsicle.
Oh, I knew it was creamsicle.
I knew it was going to be dessert related.
It's the proper purebred color. Vanilla creamsicle.
I think you need a good, no offense to Troy, a beautiful Persian cat. I think you need a good mutt cat. Joe.
Oh, gross.
You need to go to your local, mom
like
and pop.
Like a mangy,
No.
It
Go
was
to your
used
local
in cat fighting pits kind of cat.
Cool. Mom and pop pet shop, not a Petco or something, and see what cats they have for adoption, and just pick a little fella who looks a little worse for wear, and then you bring it home. And it just loves you unconditionally, and it loves your kids, and it never wants to bite you, and it never wants to scratch you.
How do you know that it loves you? By the way, it always looks at you like this.
No, the slow blade.
Like every cat I've ever looked at looks at me like this, like I'm about to claw your throat right out from under you.
I think you got to learn how to be around cats, Joe. It might be a you thing. You got to spend more time with cats.
Yeah, I would go to Troy's all the time, watch football back in the day, and
pet his cat.
Yeah, and his cat would just like turn up behind me, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ! It was like it's like an assassin.
Cats are the best, man. But don't go to a pet store. They just kill those cats. Go to a purebred breeder and pay $1,400 to get a purebred cat who the line of that cat, its medical history of its grandsire.
$1,400. Is this cat a porn star? Is that why?
That's what a good cat costs.
Breeding is so what? How?
Don't get this mangy old pet store cat. That thing will be dead the next day. Don't worry about it. Purebred, man.
I think the important thing when you're looking around for a pet is to go through the same process that a Nazi would. That's the best way.
They really had the best cats, I mean, clearly.
Francis, I know Skid likes cats. I mean, Skid, you like cats, right?
I do.
Yeah, because you like Samantha's cats. Francis, do you like cats?
I don't dislike them. Most of them dislike me. They all know that I'm allergic and love rubbing their filthy, hairy, mangy stuff all over me and everything I own.
Sounds like you don't like cats.
Yeah,
Upon further reflection, I think Francis hates cats.
You're talking like someone who doesn't really like cats that much.
You get a pass because of your allergies. You get a pass.
I mean, I would enjoy them. I've actually had cats that I've really enjoyed. Friends of mine's cats that I've enjoyed hanging out with. But yeah, it drives me crazy. Their allergies, it's just rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that you are a longtime sufferer, allergy sufferer. It's been well documented on Get in the Trunk. Yes. And I can only imagine that cats just set that shit off.
Yeah, it's terrible. But they're cute. They're cute.
Well, we've stalled long enough.
No, we should. Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about cats. Let's talk more about cats.
It was a valiant effort. Sometimes I feel like, we can go a strong 20 of just bant. But this one... We got to get this show on the road because, well, let's do a classic brief Joe O'Brien 8-minute recap. That'll buy us some time too. Yeah. How can you be afraid of that?
Yeah, see,
they're
get a couple of those.
Oh, I love those cats.
This will kill a little more time.
Viewership just go rocketing.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we have the whole group here, we can actually start the show. Let's do by way of a brief recap, a discussion on the last episode of the show where and it might have been 2 episodes. I don't know. I think it was 2 episodes really that it sort of flowed in, but it's you guys entering the door within Dr. Dallin's office that you over time grew to believe could be a similar door as something that as the roof access door at the McAllister building back in 1995, aka a portal to the night floors. You go through that door and you go down a ton of steps, down and down and down and down. And the steps sort of seem like regular utility stairwell that would be, used to service a multi-floored hotel or a hospital or skyscraper or whatever, right? So it's something you've seen a million times, very recognizable. Nothing too strange about it. And then as you emerge into what looks like basement levels of a hospital. And you're being led at this point by Tim Bile, or King Bile, who is telling you he knows how to get you out of this world of night, this night world, and get you back to the quote-unquote real world, which he still even believes is not truly real, but is merely a distraction from the ongoing play of the King in Yellow. So you are following this madman, and some of you trusting, some of you not, and then you guys swapping on who is trusting him and who isn't, but mostly being very, very cagey about following this person. During this move through the hospital, Vicky sees Dr. Dallin, and he tries to escape from her, try to run away. He's in like his civvies, his casual clothes. He tries to escape, and he successfully does. Then you guys witness an event that Vicky and Neil sort of witnessed 20 years ago. The drawing of Michael Whitwer from some upper floor within the McAllister down into these basement floors of the hospital, where you saw a man in a white mask pushing him along on a gurney that he was tied to, and he's screaming and screaming for help. You tried to save him, tried to help him, which broke you away from King Bile. And despite your best efforts, the white masked man was able to lose you within the maze of these tunnels, and you never saw Michael Whitwer again. You reconnect with King Bile, and he takes you to an area where you have a run-in with some sort of rabid dog that seems affected by some unnatural force, part of its face distorted into some sort of geometric pattern. And during this fight, Roger opens a door into a room with a red carpet and wood-paneled walls and small little lamps, warm light-lit lamps on the sides of the walls. And you have a chase kind of through this place. Vicky gets lost briefly. It's a real scary situation until, once again, Vicky finds King Bile, and he returns to all of you and then leads you down some stairs to a lower floor, till eventually the place he had been taking you to is revealed. It is a theater. These red carpeted halls are all now recognizable to you guys as the area of a nice theater, right? Like an old school Broadway theater, the area outside the stages where the audience can move and use the restroom or get refreshments, go up to the balcony or back down to the orchestra. He walks you into this theater, but the theater itself is not super lavish. It's kind of like a black box theater. It's small, intimate, maybe 100 seats. And he's walking you up the aisle, and there's these shadowy figures sitting. Some audience members already there, ready for the show. Vicky recognizes one of them as her mother, who had passed away several years ago. Her mother doesn't look her way, makes no recognition of seeing her. Then Vicky basically snaps, says she's done. You cannot make her do this anymore. But somehow Roger, Neil, Bobby, all together get her to settle in and sit down in the front row of this theater, for the show is about to begin. Any questions directed to King Bile, he just, shh, just stop, just wait. Don't be rude. The show is about to begin. And you guys take your seats in a straight row there. I can't remember the seating arrangements, but I think it was something like King Bile, Roger, Vicky, Neil, Bobby, something along those lines, going from the outside of the aisle in toward the center. Spoiler alert, placement is going to be important.
Oh, shit.
Because when the blowtorch trap goes off.
We don't usually worry about party order in this game.
Yeah, exactly. The one time in a season your Delta Green handler says, so what's the party order walking in here? You're like, here
concerning.
It is.
Yes. I just imagine a big rock ball rolling down the aisle. It's going to crush us.
Amazing. Whoever was next to King Bile dies without a roll. Okay, next. The lights all go out, and the house lights go out, and the room is black. And you guys all started to hear a sort of a overture, right? The music playing that precedes a show. And it sounds like it's coming from some orchestra pit. It sounds live. You can hear the touching of strings and the piano foot pedals. You can hear the turning of pages as if there's some unseen orchestra pit in front of you. And slowly this music rises up and starts to set a feeling for you. What that feeling is up to you, of course, but you don't see anything. In the silence, a stage spotlight slowly comes up. A curtain opens. I think it was actually the other way around in the first go around, but the stage is empty. A few moments later, again, everyone is sitting in silence. A small, child-sized clown emerges from stage left, or the right side of the stage as you look at it. Is that accurate, Troy? Is that stage left?
Stage left
the one.
is-
If you're facing the audience, it's
Is the
your
right.
left.
No.
If the audience is looking at it, it's there, right?
You've made me question everything.
Stage left is when you're on stage. It is to your left.
It's all from the actor's
stage left is
perspective.
from the performer's point of view.
Yeah.
Yes. So from stage left.
Our right.
You're right.
Okay.
I can't explain quite why just yet. In fact, it's not even that I'm withholding information. It's that I actually kind of can't explain it. This is very important. From your right, this childlike clown emerges, trailing behind it. I may say him a few times, but when I say him, what I mean is a generic sort of gender use pronoun in the language. It has nothing to do with the actual gender of this creature, which we do not know if there is one at all.
Is it child-sized, or is it just like throwing a tantrum?
Or childlike, yeah.
Child-sized, my apologies.
Okay.
It's like, I want a snack! Like, who is that kid, that guy's kid?
I'm thirsty!
Obnoxious clown child.
Thirsty.
I'm thirsty. We had to talk about this pre-show. Anyway, all right. Let's keep going.
Keep stalling.
He comes out and begins a little dance. This paper dragon starts trailing in the air around it, and it's wisping across this stage. The stage is as wide as this black box theater is. The spotlight seems to be following the clown, and it seems to be miming something. It's not pointless, its motions. Its movements have both the purposeful elements of a beautiful dance, where at some points, however, a little bit disturbing, the movements, while at other times there's almost a sense of miming going on, as if it's telling some sort of story. At one point you see it swinging almost, as if it's battering this paper dragon up against some obstruction. Bang! Bang! Those of you that have now, delved so deeply into this dark place can start to almost see the meaning behind what's happening easier than perhaps others who have not been so exposed for so long. It's hitting something, and then, it breaks through and falls through into a place. And it's looking around, and a realization is made as it dances over to a small place, bends down, reaches out, and grabs something. It is miming some sort of prop. It's holding it in front of you, and it would be about, you can see it on video, but perhaps the size of a cup or something like that. And it's holding it, and it raises it up in the air in triumph. The paper dragon continues to twirl, and now it takes whatever this thing is in its hand and begins dancing over. Does Roger say bottle?
He just mimes the word to himself.
And Vicky looks over. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Don't put your finger on my lips. Don't. Stop it. Stop doing that. Roger, stop it. I'm uncomfortable in this. Stop touching me.
Shut up.
It takes this bottle, right? This thing in its hand, perhaps a bottle, and begins to dance again and moves in grand circles until you get the sense that it is now putting the bottle into its other hand along with the pole that's holding the paper dragon. It's moving it around. Roger, it's at this point that you start to get the sense of something happening in the theater. There is something rising behind you, almost like a cloud, like a mist. You feel like a humidity in a way that is suddenly rising behind you. Do you turn around at all?
Yeah. I think I just kind of look out of the side of my eye.
You look out of the side of your eye, and since it's just your peripheral, you see a few of these figures sitting there. You don't recognize any faces because you're only barely looking, but you see these shadowy figures, and you seem to almost hear the sounds, the groaning sounds of pleasure, maybe release, not like sexual pleasure, but like relaxation pleasure, right? Some like a degree of like a sigh of relief almost. And along with it, you start to see above and sometimes occasionally caught by the spotlight, a fine mist of reddish particles moving through the air, and they seem to be flowing from the back of the stage toward the clown. As it gets closer to the clown, all of you can now start to see on stage this reddish haze is coming from behind you and up into the stage area, and it seems to be concentrating itself into the paper dragon. As it hits the paper dragon, the mist, instead of darkening that white paper in red, it seems to vanish as it touches the paper dragon, and the paper dragon seems to grow. It seems to extend and enlarge until it almost seems like it would be too heavy to even trail around like a kite, and yet the clown still does. This paper dragon begins to get very familiar to those of you, I know Vicky and Roger at the very least, but those of you that watched the woman who was making the paper dragons up in the woman's ward of the night version of the Dorchester house. As this paper dragon starts to enlarge and you focus then again on the clown, and you see that he seems to be talking to people and miming having a mask on, miming this mask, and as it's moving and dancing through this place, looking and looking until they see the person they need to see, and there is a lavish deliverance sort of the bottle, and the handing over happens. And as the handing over happens, things begin to kind of calm down. And not calm down, but the opposite of that. Things begin to kind of crescendo into this wildly elated jumping dance where the clown is leaving the floor, and now this red mist starts to really get dense, and it's flowing from behind you, and the dragon is growing and growing and growing, and all of a sudden, as the music gets to its very height, it just stops. And the lights go out. And you're left in total blackness.
Vicky reaches out to Roger to make sure he's still next to her, because she had gotten trapped in that bathroom not too long ago when the lights went out. And I think she's having a bit of a panic attack. She reaches out on either side. Does she feel Roger and Neil?
Mm-hmm.
Roger grabs her hand and squeezes it in his other hand. He squeezes that chunk of metal he ripped off the wheelchair.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
And
good
Neil,
memory, Lavallee.
Vicky grabs your hand too, or your arm.
It's huge. You can barely get around.
No, not you, Roger. Talking to Neil. Vicky grabs Neil's arm.
Been working out.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Neil is just
still here.
He's motionless. He just does not respond. Does not feel like he responds at all to your touch.
Bob is just sitting in silence, totally somehow just calm.
You hear, after a few moments, the sound of a single person clapping. And you know that it's coming from King Bile. Still, complete blackness. And then, impossibly, in this place that you have no idea who could be controlling this or what's going on, a very faint house light comes up and gives you a very dim view of the theater. The stage is dark and empty. King Bile stands up. He looks towards the stage, and then turns to all of you and says, "Follow me." He walks past you.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody roll alertness.
Oh.
He's crossing in front of all of you now.
Ooh, 20. 20
Rolling.
under 42.
With new dice.
49 under 82. I've got a lot of checked skills, by the way.
Yeah, I should have had you level those up, but I didn't.
Oh.
I meant to mention it at the beginning, and I forgot.
9 under 52.
89 for Neil.
So everybody succeeded except Neil. Neil, for whatever reason, your focus is entirely on the stage and on King Bile. Which, by the way, knowing Neil, this doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, this is totally within.
The others of you, Roger, gripping this broken piece of a wheelchair. Vicky may be thinking of her mother. Bobby, always aware of his surroundings. You notice that the theater is completely empty. Out of the corner of your eye, there are no shadowy figures. You heard no applause when the show ended from anyone that was sitting behind you.
Rude.
It is completely clear of people. It is as if you have walked into an empty theater. King Bile walks past you to a set of small steps that rise up to the stage from the center. And he walks up on stage. Is anyone following him? He asked you to follow him. Who's doing it?
I am.
Bobby gets up and starts following.
Vicky will go after Neil and Bobby with maybe Roger like behind her if Roger does that, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
You all come up onto the stage, and he moves. He looks in and beckons you again quietly. This way.
Where is he moving?
He got onto the stage, and now he is moving to stage left. Or the audience is right, where the clown emerged from. He walks through the wings into that back area. And Neil, I would say, being the first to follow him. Neil, right away, you see, laying on the ground, the clown. Only it's even smaller than it was on stage. It almost looks like an infant. It's huddled in a fetal position, kind of loosely holding this, like an infant's hand, loosely holding the bar part of the dragon kite, paper dragon trail, whatever. Next to it, and extremely outsized by it, you see this large paper dragon that kept growing and growing and growing during the show. King Bile reaches down and gently takes the bar from the child's grasp and eases it out, and you see one of its little fingers just move the slightest bit as it pulls this rod out. And as soon as that finger moves, King Bile stops, freezes completely, turns to you, Neil. Just... He gets a hold behind the ear of the great paper dragon and slowly starts to drag it out from the wings, out onto the middle of the stage. Walks it out past Bobby and up to where Vicky and Roger are standing. He sets it down, and you can see there are now beads of sweat on the edge of his forehead. It seemed to be some struggle for him to move this paper dragon. He looks back toward the clown, and it's sleeping, taking a little nap. He reaches in, and underneath the face, the jawline of the dragon, and he gets a grip, and he rips it, and it just sounds like tearing paper. Reaches within, and he draws out a thermos-sized glass that is filled almost to the brim with a red, oily liquid.
Oh, God.
A liquid that Roger recognizes immediately as the not blood that was drawn directly from within his head somewhere. It has the same viscosity, the same coloring. The Patsu.
The Pazuzu.
The Pazuzu.
We all go, Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
Patsu. I chug it.
That's mine. I imagine Roger has like a cut scene of him doing that, and that music is playing because Roger's insane.
It's chunky.
He takes this thermos-sized glass container and he pops the little, it has like a wide cork lid on top of it, and he eases it open. Makes the slightest squeak as it opens. And this thing is pretty big. Squeaks it open. As soon as it makes that sound, his head snaps to the side as the infant clown rustles.
Oh boy.
Snaps. Like an infant sleeping, hearing something that doesn't quite wake them up, but their body triggers some sort of jolt. He looks back to all of you, smiles, and begins to drink. And takes about maybe half of it down in a single thing, and then he grimaces, swallows, looks back to you and says, "The Patsu is the way out." And then he reaches out to hand it to someone. I'm going to roll a die here to determine who this is handed to.
Oh, Jesus.
Roger 1, Vicky 2, Bobby 3, Neil 4, Natty 4.
Ooh. Of course Neil's going to drink it.
Yeah,
Neil, he hands it to Neil. He says, "The Patsu is the way out."
I don't know if that's true.
Did he want to leave with us? Was that in...
Nobody ever asked him.
Yeah, I mean, he's had so many opportunities to go before. Why would he leave now? What is the way out? Is the way out the way out or the way out?
Yeah, that's what I don't know if he meant to leave with us. Like, he was guiding us out, but I didn't know if he was going to stay here or go with us.
Yeah, he never clarified. He was just saying
didn't
he
seem
could guide
like-
us.
I don't think it seemed like he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, when we talked to him, he was like, "I don't want to leave, but if you guys want to leave, I could show you."
Yeah.
Can't.
I don't know.
Can't.
He hands it to Neil. Neil, do you take it?
Yeah.
Neil takes it in his hand. And the moment the two of you are touching the bottle, you hear this strange sound coming from stage left. And you see this clown twitches and begins to rise up. It picks up its little head and starts to put its hands down and get its little feet up by its hands. And Timbile turns to you and says, "The Patsu is the way out." And in that instant, like some sort of photographic trick, like some sort of special effect, he vanishes before your eyes as you're looking at him. And it's like he was shimmered and was never there. Everybody roll a sanity check.
Oh no, I failed.
Oh,
91.
Dude, 41 over 30.
Oh, 30 cheapers. Your guide, the one helping you, chugs this horrible stuff and then impossibly, as you are looking directly at him, vanishes. Roger, you take 3 points of sanity damage.
Oof.
Bobby,
Oof.
you take 4 points of sanity damage.
Dude, you kidding me? I'm at 26 right now. My breaking point is 22.
It's coming toward the end. Neil.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled an 8 under 24.
Okay, no
never
sanity
been
damage
lower.
for Neil.
Neil's
And Vicky?
just like, hey,
I rolled a 17 under 52.
Wow.
Vicky, I have to-
sanest of us all.
I have to ask you to stop. Honestly, we don't like it when you lie about your rolls.
I'm not.
Okay, Vicky. Also, why do you think she's fine with this?
She never liked him.
She never liked him. She's like, thank God, we're rid of that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Now
I
we can
think-
hang.
I think Vicky has almost like desensitized herself, like from that bathroom. She got really freaked out with the bathroom beat where she got lost from everybody and she heard someone breathing in the bathroom. She just saw her dead mother. And I think she's almost in such a state of shock that it's like she is insane, but she's not losing the sanity over it because she's like, ha ha ha, anything could happen. Ha ha, ha. It doesn't matter. Like, who cares? Ha, ha, whatever. Like, she is insane, but it's just not affecting her. Like, she's not freaking out. She's ready to take that patsu. She's like, okay, whatever. Like, who cares?
Who cares? Okay, so she's all in. And in the moment he passes it over to Neil, this thing starts to, rise up. And it's suddenly like, as you look at it, almost like a trick of mirrors or something like that. It seems like an optical illusion. It seems like it is no longer like as small as it once was, and in fact, it seems to be growing in size. Like right before you, this infant-sized clown becomes a child-sized clown, becomes a teenage-sized clown, becomes an adult-sized clown, and it starts to rise in the wings, and it seems to be focused entirely on that patsu. And we are now going to move into initiative. And we're going to start with Neil, who is holding this thing. And this clown rises and looks at you and seems, your instincts tell you, your mammalian instincts tell you, it seems to be coming. What do you do, Neil?
Can I do a quick pharmacy roll on this?
Absolutely.
I just want to see if this is some
Yes.
kind of Jacob's Ladder situation. Last shot. See if this is all,
Oh, God.
17 under 70.
You've never seen anything like this material before. It could, in some lights, appear to be blood, but it's not blood. It is a substance, and we talked about patsu before. It is some unknown, unnatural substance of this other world that you live in.
It's like soul juice.
Like soul juice. There is no, like scientific, pharmacological, like answer to that question. And its mysteries are beyond you. One way to find out, though, to be the first scientist to ever really find out, is to give a little taste.
Oh, God.
It's up to you.
I'm going to chug it.
You're going to chug it.
So unwinnable.
Neil reaches to drink. Give me a luck roll.
Luck roll.
Luck roll, you want to target 50 or under on this roll.
65.
Oh, God.
Failure. As you tip it back to drink it, the liquid seems to unnaturally recede against gravity away from your mouth and drains until the little glass bottle itself is completely empty.
Oh my God.
And there is no patsu in it.
Oh my God.
That is your action. Roger, it is your turn. We have to think instantaneous. Everybody gets only one action, so you got to move it quick.
You got to be fucking kidding me here. I mean, we have no idea
There's no fucking.
what the right solution is.
my God.
And so this is an empty bottle.
At this moment, he tips it back, and you watch the liquid recede away into the bottom of it. And Neil seems to get nothing.
This is so messed up.
I will reach out my hand towards Neil to try and take the bottle, if Neil will give it to me.
Okay. Bobby.
Fuck. So we're seeing the clown get up, walking
You
towards us.
see the clown, and this looks like it appears like a threat.
Okay, Bobby's going to look around for a weapon of some kind, because we don't have anything. We just came from that hospital, right? We don't have anything.
Roll a luck roll.
What am I trying to be, 50? Oh my God, 42.
42. Bobby, you look around, and in the back corner of the backstage, off the wings of stage right, you see a katana just like leaning against the wall.
It's like Pulp Fiction.
Like, yes, exactly. Just leaning against the wall. Yeah, you see a katana.
I'm fucking beelining
So
for
what
that
you
katana.
can do, okay, so you can beeline, moving is your action for the round. So
Right.
you beeline it to this katana that is
Get that
sitting
katana.
off stage. Vicky, what do you do?
Vicky. Fuck. Okay, so Roger's reaching for the bottle. Bobby's getting a katana.
Goddamn right.
You don't
I-
know necessarily. Bobby just started running
I'm
towards
running
stage
for it.
left.
Can I do?
Stage right, stage right.
He's right.
So stupid.
Can I do an alertness now that I'm on the stage and have like a better view and lay of the land? Is there an additional exit besides the door we came in? Like a backstage exit? Like, do I see a glowing exit light or like something? Yeah.
Go. Give it to me.
Boom! 83 over 52.
Goddamn.
83 over 52. You look out toward the audience, and it appears to you that if you just bolted off this stage, you could get back out into the hallways that you came from. There's the exit door in the back of there. You don't see any direct exits behind the theater.
Vicky
Behind the stage.
does not want to do that. Fuck those hallways. Hate those hallways. She is just going to stay by Roger.
Staying by Roger. In that moment, you all start to lose your footing very slightly as you feel a vibration and a strange shift. Imagine you are an actor on stage in a play that has some really high budget, like scene movement sort of things. It's like that. You feel this strange vibration. You don't totally lose your footing, but since it's unexpected, it takes you by surprise. The stage left, where the clown is coming from, seems to extend, and the clown is pulled away from you, further away. While at the same time, Bobby, you are reaching towards this katana, and you see on stage right, the side that you are on, almost like the shifting of a set, the entire wall that bars off the wings slides down and reveals an entire open room beyond. A room that just is, another, just another dark place that, seems like another backstage area. However, you see a person in that moment. You see in this newly revealed room in the back, there is a window at the far distance, like a window in a house, just like a small, 4-pane window. And that window has a little yellowish sort of like light coming from it that almost looks like a set. Like it looks like a stage window, right? Like there's a fake little light behind it to make it look like sunlight or something. And you see a man crossing in front of that window, wearing a robe and holding a box full of books. And you recognize Elias Barbas. And he is not looking your direction at all. He's just walking in a robe across this set window with his books, and walks across into the darkness beyond. The clown seems to increase in size again until it is almost superhuman. It is 7 or 8 feet tall at this point. It is NBA player superhuman. And at this stage, as it's drawn away from you, it begins to run toward all of you that are still in the middle of the stage. Only Bobby is not there. Neil, the red liquid, as Roger puts his hand out, the red liquid fills within the glass until it is full again. What do you do? It almost seems like, oh, actually roll a sanity roll. It almost seems like it is, like it breathed in, sucked itself in, and then breathed out and filled to higher than it was when Bile first handed it to you.
49 over 24.
Okay, take 1 point of sanity damage as you see this breathing liquid. And what do you do?
I snatch the liquid away from Roger, and I try to drink it again.
Okay. Give me a luck roll.
75.
75. It starts to pull back away from you again. And it's like, as you go to tip it, it's breathing away, and this thing is getting closer and closer. I need you to roll a... actually, no, don't worry about it just yet. Roger, what do you do? He pulls this thing away from you, snatches it, and you see him trying to drink, and it's like sucking away from him. And the clown is now coming, running toward you.
Roger will take it from Neil. See the clown coming.
Do you have to roll for this? Give me a Dex times 5 roll to
Dex
snatch it
roll?
away from Neil.
Sorry. Oh, a 9.
9.
0,
Okay,
0,
so
9.
suddenly Roger just rips it out of Neil's hands, just like my kids do to each other with every single toy. Either one of the most. Just snatch it.
But I'll tell you what I do. I take it from him, and I see the clown bearing down on us, and I hand it to Vicky.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Vicky, or Bobby, you reach down and you grab this katana.
Fuck yes.
As soon as you get your hands on it, you can tell immediately that it's a prop.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
It's a prop katana.
Oh, fuck.
It's okay. It's still hard.
I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it.
Still hard, probably.
I'm going to use it.
It's made of foam and is sprayed with spray paint.
No.
Oh, God damn it.
From the stage production of Seven Samurai.
47 Ronin.
Damn it. Oh, God. Okay, so this thing is fake. And is Barbas still close by? Did he walk by?
You don't see him. He walked by this window and he went into the shadows. He might be over there. Again, this is all happening in such quick instance.
Okay.
And you see, to the other side, the clown is bearing down in the middle, and this opening has come. Oh, I should also say, sorry, in addition to the window, there is a door. There's a door over there as well.
Okay. I yell out to the team, there's a way out. This way.
And then you just stay where you're standing.
I mean...
Do you start to move toward that way out?
I start to move, yeah. I'm definitely trying to move there. I mean, as long as they hear that I say, they can see me, right? They're not like off around a corner. Like
no. Yeah, you're still relatively close.
There's a door. There's a door.
You hear Bobby yelling, "There's a door over here!" And Vicky, Roger hands this thing out to you. What do you do?
I think she looks at Roger like ready to take a sip and wants him to say like,
"There's no liquid in it."
Oh.
But at the moment he reaches it out to you, Neil tried to drink it, the liquid sucked in. Roger grabs the glass and holds it out to you. What do you do in that instant?
Vicky wishes that it would fill with liquid again.
And liquid starts to rise within it.
I hate this game!
God.
And she waits, she's like watching it kind of like, what? It's empty. And then all of a sudden, it starts to refill. And she just thinks that she has to drink it really quickly, and maybe that's the trick. So she like quickly tries to get it in her mouth.
Give me a luck roll.
Okie dokie.
Oh my God. Why?
74.
Oh, man.
74. Once again, the liquid pulls away from you, and this clown is now bearing down on you. If you do not run, it is going to get you
Yeah.
in your next turn. Okay?
Can I still have movement, or was that my turn?
You can have movement if you want. Yeah.
I would say, while trying to drink it, maybe she's like backing away towards Bobby, because Bobby just said like, "There's a thing over here."
There's
So
a fucking
she's
door.
like, she's looking at the glass, she's looking at Roger, and she's making her way towards Bobby. But she's holding the glass.
Okay. That's fine for now. Okay, sounds good.
These luck rolls are brutal.
They are brutal. They are brutal. This clown is now bearing down and is about to get you. Without doing something here, you're going to be in real trouble. Neil, what do you do? This is all happening very quickly. It got snatched away from you and in an instant was handed to Vicky. She's now backing away towards Bobby. The clown is right there. It doesn't seem to be focused on you. It seems to be focused on Vicky. What do you do?
This is so hard.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just like, what can you do?
Why are you trying to drink that fucking bottle? Throw that bottle at that fucking clown.
I don't know what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's literally just, you can just roll a die and just do something at random completely because you have no clue as to what would actually be the right thing to do.
I feel like since we keep, metagaming wise, since we keep failing the luck rolls, succeeding on the luck roll would be good. We drink the liquid, but that's metagaming.
That's meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
also
it
I'm
is something
just-
we're trying to do that we can't do.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like time-based because the clown's going to be on us.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't help but metagame, but who knows? And also, I'm thinking, like, if he's seeing Barbas is dead.
Yeah.
We don't want to go where Barbas is.
Well, he may be dead. He may be like moving
We killed
between
him.
worlds.
We killed him. We
He's
murdered
moving
him.
between worlds. What do we know? We're in this fucking world. I don't know what's happening.
I like how Bobby's like, we should not be drinking that liquid,
I don't
but I
wanna
do
drink.
see a dead man this way.
This dead guy's
We
on
should
to
check
something.
it out.
I don't want to drink that shit, but I'll follow the dead guy wherever he's going. If it's away from the clown, go.
The way of the clown.
Right.
I'm going
Neil-
the way of the clown.
Neil says, clone from run, soon drink, and starts running towards the door.
Okay. Give me an athletics roll, Neil.
Oh, great.
Very athletic fellow.
70-year-old man, 90. Same as my age.
Okay. You get a short distance toward Bobby. It's a little bit too dark to navigate quickly, but you get almost to Bobby. Roger. Vicky has taken this. She's backing up. The liquid just keeps going away.
And
The clown has turned its attention to Vicky. It seems to be focused on the glass.
he's like, we gotta run. We gotta run. You make it out, and hopefully I'll follow. But if not, tell Murray I love him. Run! And he just fucking runs. He's grabbing Vicky and running.
Okay, so he grabs
He's
Vicky,
not
pulls everybody
leaving her.
kind of over towards Bobby. You're all getting in the same place now. Bobby, it's your turn. They're all coming to you, and this thing is coming behind them.
I make for that door, wherever it is, and
Okay,
I open it.
give me an athletics roll.
Oh, fuck. My athletics? Oh, shit, I don't think Bobby's that bad. What have I got? Okay.
Soon as Bobby rolls this,
35.
the
35
clown
under 60.
35 under 60?
Yes.
Soon as Bobby rolls this, the clown starts crossing over into the stage area from the drawn out wing. So it's right where you guys were. It comes out onto the stage, and as soon as it hits the stage, you can see that it's 9 feet tall, maybe.
Oh
I mean,
my
it's huge, and it starts to dance again.
damn it.
This strange, weird dance as soon as it hits the stage, and then it just starts dancing toward you in these big, loping, strange, disturbing steps. Bobby starts running, and he opens the door. He opens up the door, and you see through into another area that also looks like another just backstage room. It's kind of dark in there. You don't really see anything. And it is Neil's turn. However, the Patsu in the glass rises. fills again. Neil, you see Bobby running toward the door. Vicky's right next to you with the glass.
Vicky's
what do
holding
do?
it. You can take it if you want, Neil.
I take it.
Feed it to him.
Vicky says, "What the
fuck?" You got to do a Dex times 5.
Okay.
To snatch it out of her hand.
006.
All right, so you snatch it. It's full. It looks ready to drink. Neil, what do you do?
I try to take a drink.
Luck roll.
60.
60.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Unreal.
Unreal.
Oh my God.
It once again draws away from you, and at that point, Vicky, you see above you in this room where Bobby had run into, you look up and you see that the ceiling does not seem to be an opaque wall. It is instead some sort of like semi-transparent flooring or ceiling that is also a floor for the area above. And we see Vicky looking up, and as you look up, you see the feet, the well-shod feet of several dozen people that all seem to be dancing at some sort of party that is happening above you on the floor above. And the Patsu begins to rise again as Neil pulls it away from his face. Roger, it's your turn.
So can we reach these people that are dancing?
No, it's like 35 feet up. Like it's like way like these tall backstage sort of ceilings, but the ceiling is like semi-transparent and it just looks like there's some sort of, wedding up there or something.
A wedding, yeah, I bet. All right, so we really have. He's gone to the door. There's nothing there. We've got this wedding upstairs. And we've got the Patsu.
Well, he's gone to the door. He opened it up, and there's another room beyond. He just hasn't gone in yet, fully seen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm completely paralyzed. Roger doesn't want to go before Vicky. He wants to make sure that she's safe. Assuming that this is what safe is.
Yeah. Who knows the fuck safe?
Yeah,
which is a big assumption. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to leave her. Is really what it comes down to. So, I'll go into where that door is, and open it to look beyond.
Okay, give me I'm not sure what door you're talking about. Bobby already opened a door, and
You said there's another room there,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
So
I
you're
thought
gonna
there was a
run.
door.
You're gonna run through into that other room. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. It's covering a lot of ground, and I'm rolling 2 for the clown for the pursuit.
All right.
This strange dance.
I can't do it.
That is a critical success, 44 under 61.
Nice.
I rolled a critical fail, 77. And so, yeah, the clown seems to make up no ground, and you run into this other area, and you see, when you run into this next room, you see that there's a door that goes into that, there's a door that you can open. But also, to your right, which would have been behind the stage, like back of the stage wall, it's actually wide open. And there's like a chasm, basically, like the wall, the floor ends. There's a black drop off, and you can see in the distance another room, like a black box room in the distance that you can't quite get to. And there seems to be a slowly growing light in that distant room, as if it's going to light something up. But right now you can't see what it is. It is all impossible what you're looking at. It's like separate rooms that are floating in the blackness of space.
Okay. And there's no way to reach it across the chasm.
There's no way. It's very far away. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. At that, Bobby, you're right next to Roger. He gets to the door. He's not able to open it. You see across the chasm, it sort of begins to light up a little bit, and you see that there's dozens and dozens of people in this room, all seated at what looks like tables, but it's very far away and very dim. Hard to really make out what's happening. And in that moment, you hear shunk, and the entire wall that has the door on it that Troy was going to open, that Roger was going to open, that entire wall separates from the ceiling and just begins to sink into the floor that you're standing on. And it just opens into an entire other room beyond with another door farther away beyond it. As if it's shifting like a stage set. A wall just moved out of the way and it opened to another room. In that other room, you see a door and a whole bunch of like detritus stuff is just thrown up against the walls in the distance, but it's so dark, it's hard to see what it is, but it's large stuff. Doesn't look like people nothing's moving. It just looks like discarded supplies or something like that.
Okay, and there's a door on the other side of that room?
And there's a door on the other side of that room.
Okay, all right, we're going for that fucking door. I'm going for that fucking door. Keep
Bobby, you start running in, doom, and it's Vicky's turn.
I am going to take the glass from Neil. And I'm going...
Neil, are you letting go of it willingly?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to roll. You take the glass. It fills with the red liquid.
I'm going to roll really well this time. Watch this. 47.
47!
Ooh, there we go.
Jesus,
oh my
you're
God.
gonna drink that fucking
Vicky go. The liquid enters your mouth. And we're going to take a break. We'll come right back and see what happens to Vicky. Stay with us.
God.
Stay with us.
Oh my God.
Saint Michael brings out his holy sword, places his heel upon the neck of the serpent. For now, the hour is struck, the trumpet has been sounded, the dead shall walk again. The serpent comes, but upon all of them he shall place the mark of the beast.
As we come back, we see Vicky pulls this glass, thermos-sized glass container away from her mouth, and there's some Pazuzu leaking down her face. Vicky, it is vile, beyond vile. It tastes as if you are drinking your ashtray of all the cigarettes that you would smoke back in the 90s. It tastes like ash in your mouth, and it's burning and dry and like not like liquid at all, and just gross and disgusting, and you almost kind of gag with it, but you feel like it is creeping into every pore in your internal system and probably going to kill you.
Oh my God.
Why did you drink? I don't know why you drank it, honestly.
What?
Roll a sanity check.
Roger gave it to me.
As you feel the end coming close to you, roll a sanity check.
Are you kidding my ass? Roger gave it to me, and he told me to drink it. Oh my God.
What you get for
Oh my
divorcing me.
God.
Still listening to terrible advice from the terrible men in her life.
Maybe next time, don't divorce me.
Sure, you sure
Roger was
taught
playing the
her.
long game. He was playing the long game.
20 years and I never learned a lesson.
One of
Get
these
all the
days, we're going
custody.
to enter up in an alternate dimension. I'm going to offer you some soul juice to kill you.
Finally.
You're an evil bastard. All
right, sanity check.
87 over 52, and I'm about to pass my breaking point because my breaking point is 52.
Oh man.
Okay. You take 2 points of sanity damage as you don't know what you were thinking or what you just did. However, that damage happens and then you start to change your feeling about dying. You don't necessarily think it's killing you, but it is doing something to you that you can't really explain. And okay. And in that moment, the clown is going to roll to see how close it gets to you. So instead of running, you drank. You're standing there, gagging, dealing with this. And the clown rolls a 17, which puts it right up next to you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, Neil is the only one there. Roger is across the room and Bobby is across the room. Neil, you're right there. Clown is there. Vicky, you've got this glass. One thing you can do is pass it off.
I am going to pass it to Neil. I think like in that state of just like confusion and or acceptance, maybe she hands it over. But then before we get too in the weeds with what's going to happen, my breaking point, I hit my breaking point and now it's my new sanity minus my power.
Yeah, your current POW, yeah. Or
Just
willpower, yeah.
Okay.
That's your, yeah, so that is your new breaking point. And we come back around to Neil. Neil, the clown is right there. You feel like you don't even have time to drink it before this thing is going to grab it. What do you do?
I try to take the file and run up to join the rest. If I can drink it, try to drink it while I'm moving. I'll do that, but otherwise.
Okay, so you start to run towards the other guys. Give me dodge or athletics, whatever's better for you. Sure, they're both poopy, but
The 72-year-old man bobbing and weaving. 84 over a much lower number.
woo! 84. I actually rolled for the clown, and I rolled an 82. Ooh. So this is very interesting. So you start to run away towards the others, and the second Neil takes off, Vicky, you're standing there, and this thing is hovering right over you. You have this horrifying sense of foreboding at the presence of this thing, and being this close to it alone feels like your blood is running cold, as if it could suck the life right out of you in that moment. But it just turns its head toward Neil and starts to dance toward Neil at a frighteningly fast pace, and it is on you almost immediately with your failure on the dodge roll. But you can drink while you run, but you have to pass a luck roll.
Okay.
As this liquid is sloshing in it while you're running. It was about half full when Vicky handed it to you. What happens as you run and tip it into your mouth?
77.
Oh, 77! It feels obvious it should be splashing all over your face, but instead nothing hits you. There's no wetness as it breathes deeper into the glass container. Roger, Neil's running away. The clown is now between you and Vicky. It has run past Vicky. She's behind it.
Yeah.
You see this opens into another room beyond. There's a storage door, or a door that looks like it would be to like a storage in the back, along with a whole bunch of junk that's in there.
Rogers just says to himself, "There's no way out." And so he turns with this broken little chunk of wheelchair in his hand and rushes towards Neil and the bottle.
Okay. Is there anything else that you do? You just kind of... He ran toward you, so he's pretty close to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to Neil and like try and drink this.
Why?
I didn't disappear, though.
You try to
there.
rip it out of his hands. Give me a Dex ×5 roll.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
You only have one hand, too. You got this weapon in the other hand, this makeshift weapon.
26.
All right. So, Neil, you frustrated again, and he rips it out of your hands. Immediately, Roger, you can feel the ire of this clown turn to you as it fills with a red fluid. Bobby.
Am I at this door yet? Where I feel like I'm miles away from this door. Running so goddamn
You're
slow.
right next to where Roger was. He went back to Neil. Now you have like that other room that was filled with all that piles of crap.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was a door in that other room that was filled with. I'm going to that door. I'm running for that door.
We see Bobby slowly running to that other door, and Bobby, as you run, your vision starts to adjust to the lighting in that other room, and you start to see the piles of crap that was like up all over the floor. And as you run to this other door, you turn and look at all this stuff, and you start to see things that you recognize. Oddly, you see a backdrop, like a wooden backdrop, and it is a wall. It is a single wall of your rundown, hidden office in Aleppo? Is that where you were? In
Aleppo, yeah.
In Aleppo, where those guys came in and they were like, we have a delivery for you, whatever. You see it's like filing cabinets and like a clock on the wall and an American flag, but it's all painted on a wood backdrop. And that backdrop is just like leaning against the wall. And then over a little bit beside it, you see like covered in dust, you see a chess table and 2 chairs from Washington Square Park,
where I met Kaminsky.
And you can see that these things that you recognize so clearly are props and stage settings from like a show of some kind.
Fuck.
Give me a sanity roll.
Oh, come on. I'm fucking... All right. Shit, 67. 67 over 26.
Okay, you take 1 point of sanity damage. And you get to the other door, which is great. Great work.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and you can open up that door, and seeing beyond it, right now it just looks kind of like another backstage area. And but again, in the distance, another door, and you can feel things moving around you. Walls are moving and shifting. It's all very strange and all very surreal. Oh, God. Roger. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Vicky, what are you gonna do in this moment where you have not vanished? You drank this crud. The clown is now past you, pursuing your friends.
Is there anything near me, like a chair or like any throwable object, like a larger throwable object?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to pick it up and throw it at the clown.
Yes.
You're gonna throw a chair at the clown.
Yes. Vicky is so angry. Like she just drank this stupid shit. She just drank this stupid stuff. She doesn't know why she's doing anything she's doing. She's so mad. She has no control over the situation. And she also wants to protect Roger and protect her friends and her loved ones. And she can't think of anything else to do but to distract this giant clown creature.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
You move over to one of the there's a couple chairs that are like stacked up against the wall, folding chairs, and they just look like set chairs, like prop chairs or something. And you run over to grab one of them, and in that instant, Roger, you see the clown slowly turns to look back at Vicky as she's going to grab this thing and throw it at him, and the clown turns and makes this strange noise, and the chair hits the ground as Vicky vanishes into nothing. Does this bother you, Roger? Or is this good in your mind?
I think...
Do you like that Vicky's gone forever? Is that what you always wanted?
When we decided to follow Bale, we made a commitment to go that route. You know what I mean? So, like, in Roger's mind, it's like he was the unit commander, and we followed him. Why would we question him at the end? Like, why not question all the way back? There were times where we felt off course, and he brought us back on course. So, as crazy as it seems, he does think this is the only way out, and then he thinks back to what Bale said is like, you don't want to go back there. That's the fake thing, because I think he's deluded. Like, I'm sure he's questioning what reality is, but we want to go back. We want to go back to New York. We want to go back to Boston. And I think drinking this shit is the only way out.
Vicky vanishes. And from this perspective, that's all anybody sees. It comes back around to Neil. Neil, as Roger rips this from you, as this clown bears down on Roger, you see across the gulf in the distance, the lights finally now come up full on this distant room, this distant scene of several people sitting at tables of some kind. And now you can see it crystal clear. And it is a cafeteria. And it's long tables. And it's all men. And they're all garbed in the same sort of jumpsuits. And it looks like you're looking into like a prison cafeteria of some kind. And they're all kind of eating. And this one guy, heavy-set dude, bald, wire-rimmed glasses, really stands out because he turns and sees you, Neil. He seems to look right at you, and he leans back, and almost like it's part of a play, a spotlight sort of lands on that guy that has him stand out from everybody else. And he looks at you, and he slowly stands up, and you hear some yelling in the distance. And so you hear some yelling from over there, and you hear one of the guys go, "Ian, sit down, sit down." And he takes a step towards you, and he starts to wave a hand toward you. And then you hear the loud sounds of prison guards yelling, and they're like, "DeCraig, get in your seat, sit down right now." And this overweight, balding, wire-rimmed glasses guy, who apparently is named Ian DeCraig, starts moving towards you.
Frederick DeCraig.
Ian F. DeCraig, and he starts waving toward you and rushing toward you in a panic. And at that last moment, before he gets to what that gulf would be, he is tackled by these prison guards, and this huge curtain just shoop closes over it in that instant. And you, Neil, recognize that name, do you not?
Yeah.
What?
Tell us about it.
What?
This was the name. It was on the envelope inside the Clockwork Girl. Is that right?
The
That's
invitation.
Right. The invitation.
The prison.
It was to Ian DeCraig, prisoner number blah, 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 blah. I think it's still in your journal.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What?
Perhaps.
In...
God.
So, Neil, I need you to roll another sanity check. As this guy was very creepy, he seemed to see you specifically and start to run toward you.
27 over 22.
20. Oh, it's just so hard now. Now it's just too hard. You take, oh man, this is really 1 point of sanity damage. And if we want to drop back to the our evidence board, you could see that envelope again. I threw it back up there. It was in the journal. It seems like a little opaque,
I see.
Yeah, see it? We'll just drop it right there for now. So yeah, the envelope says, is it Ian DeCraig, prisoner 125101. You guys had like gone over that again and again a while back, but thinking what that number could mean. But yeah, definitely seems to be a prisoner of some kind. Who is this guy? Seems to, see you all. And then what do you do, Neil, with, again, the clown bearing down on Roger and you, and he's got the glass in his hand right now. Bobby is now a room away, basically.
I'm going to He really he wants to drink this liquid. More just like he wants to experience the drinking of it more than what he thinks it'll do. Mm-hmm. So he's just gonna try to grab it again.
Okay, give me Dex times 5. Trying to grab it from Raj.
Nope.
Failure. He tries to grab it from you, Roger, and it pops from your grasp and falls to the ground.
Oh, man.
Shockingly, the glass itself does not break when it hits the ground. It makes this dunk sound, and it tink clatters and starts to roll towards Bobby, and away from the clown, and in the direction of Bobby. And now it's like fumble. Like the clown shifts its attention to the glass, and all of you now, you can still move toward it if you'd like, Skid. Neil.
Yeah, dive at it.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an athletics roll.
Oh, God.
Nope.
And what did you get?
73 over 30.
Okay, you succeed as I roll a 96.
Okay.
And you are able to dive toward it and get a hold of it, but now you are prone, as we would say in Pathfinder parlance, or in the regular world. You dive for it and you are on the ground. Roger, you can act kind of in this same moment as well. What do you do as this thing clatters away from you and the clown is right next to you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to take it away from Neil to race away from here. I'm trying to like protect people because the ire of the clown comes on to the person that's holding it. But in this back and forth where you only have one action to basically to move and take, we're not working efficiently because you have to hold it for 2 rounds to be able to drink it with the passing back and forth. So
Are we?
It's real tricky here.
Yeah, this is all happening second to second, right? Like,
yeah, it's happening real fast. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I could run up to Neil now and take it away from Neil, but then I can't drink it based on what we've done so far. So now Neil and I would be just sitting there in front of this fucking clown for it to start mauling us.
I mean, could you do like a monkey in the middle thing? Like if you run,
like toss it.
But I guess then you'd have to pass these dexterity checks, which is hard enough to take a glass away from somebody.
Right.
God.
Yeah, like part of me wants to just like run past and grab it on the run and just keep creating distance.
Yeah.
Because even though Neil will be close to the clown, it will chase me.
Yeah.
And then like I'm thinking of like long term, if I can hold on to it, drink it, pass it off to Bobby, and then Bobby could do the same thing as like the young guy. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's taking the chance because I don't think Neil is gonna be able to survive holding it there for another round with the clown on top of him. So I want to create distance and also give myself a chance to drink it as well. So I'm gonna do like a running scoop and keep running towards Bobby.
Okay, Roger, running scoop. Give me an athletics check.
There are no like good fucking solutions.
There's
here.
no good reason. There's no good solution. Just running it. I'm just running into rooms.
Yeah, this is great. 36 under something good. So 36 on. You said athletics?
Athletics.
Yeah, 36 under 61.
Okay, so Neil, you dive to the floor and reach out for this glass. You're just about to grab it, and you see, boom, Roger swoops in and grabs it.
Is it for your own good?
It's for your own good. Follow me. Whatever it is. And you grab it as part of running, and you start taking off with that athletics check. You can also get a little distance and get up toward Bobby. As you run into that area, Roger, you see the same sort of thing. There's plenty of like stage and set shit that you don't recognize, but then you see 2 like stage set pieces of gas pumps. Just like up against a wall. You see a bird cage, like your parakeet cage, and it's just like over on its side, and with like a cloth over half of it, as if it was like in storage, and the cloth was like kind of half pulled away. And you start recognizing other things as well from your own life. These sets. So go ahead and give me a sanity roll.
Yeah. Succeed. 35 under.
Oh, you got a 35?
Yeah, 35.
Okay.
Under 60.
Okay, great. And now we come to the clown, who is going to come after you, Roger. But this is basically an opposed roll against your 36. The life, the universe, and everything. 42, which is a fail. So you gain ground, and it starts to its dance is not quite as fast as Roger's sprint. Neil, it is your turn. You're on the ground. Roger's now run away from you, and the clown is right near you, but it's sort of pursuing past you now.
Stay down, Neil! Stay down!
All right, Neil, just gonna lie there.
Okay, just lie there for a
Probably
round.
can't get up. I mean, if he's like a 72-year-old man, like diving to the ground, he probably broke his hip. He's in here forever.
For real.
While having a heart attack.
If I did it, I would not be able to get up for at least 3 or 4 weeks.
So are you staying there, or are you going to get up? What are you doing?
I'm gonna stay there.
Okay, so Neil stays laying low, staying down to the ground. It's Roger's turn.
Is it starting to fill up?
Yes. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Down the hatch.
Down the hatch, Zoni.
Oh,
Let's see. 71.
71.
wow.
You could tell it did not work, and that will allow you to have another action if you'd like. If you'd like to keep moving. Because Neil ran and drank.
I'll keep creating distance. That's the goal right now. Is keep creating distance between the clown and the drink.
All right, there's a bunch of set stuff kind of in your way, and there's all this junk that you're recognizing, but you passed the sanity roll, so you didn't take any damage. But give me dodge or athletics, whatever is better for you as you're moving through this to get into the next area.
He's going back to his high school football days.
He's got the rock.
Just dodging things, knocking stuff over with his free hand. All right, let's see. My dodge situation is a 50, and you said athletics is another option?
Yep.
So I'll do athletics. And critical success, 44 under 61. It's the same thing I rolled last time, 44 under 61.
Nice.
All right, so we'll say you run up to this next door and just kind of shoulder into it. It pops open. You slip through into the next area. Bobby had already opened it. So you slip through easily into the next area, and to your right, where that chasm was before, and there was a big kind of a gulf with the scene that you saw across the other way. There you see stacked up super, super tall what looks like a stage set of a hotel, like the outside of a hotel, but it's like you don't see the ground floor. You're just seeing like rising windows and floor after floor after floor of windows, but it kind of looks like painted until up in one corner you see there's movement up there, and it's a hole. The window is a hole. So a part of it's a set, right? But then there's the hole where you can see through where the performers are performing, and you see movement up there and shadows up near that hole in one of the windows. And a man peers out and seems to look down at you from 30, 40 feet above you. We can go back to the board if you'd like, but you recognize the no longer all screwed up, clean cut, perfectly brushed and oiled hair of Asa Darabandi.
Oh,
looking out a window down at you, and he just kind of smiles and does like a little half wave. Bobby, it's your turn.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So,
Hi.
am I seeing? I see Roger pass me, right?
Now you got to run to keep up with him.
Okay.
This clown's behind you, and the Neil's behind the clown.
What about Neil? He screams out, "Where's Maybelline? Where's Murnau?"
Roger's like, Maybelline's gone. Follow me.
Shit.
Murnau's dead, and who gives a fuck?
Murnau.
Maybelline's gone. Murnau's dead. Run.
Fuck. He hasn't. There's nothing around. Like, there's nothing I can grab. Right. There's no fake weapons around anywhere.
No.
That did you so much good.
Real great, yeah. All right, I'm fucking running through. I'm right behind him, Roger.
You're running through right behind him. You see this same thing. You see. Okay, so give me an athletics check or dodge, whatever's better.
Okay, what is
to move quickly through that door and run into the next area?
I'm gonna go with athletics. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, 05. Yes, 05 under 50.
Nice.
All right,
it's
so
good.
you smoothly get into the next area, and you see that as you cross the plane and get up to near where Roger is, again, this wall that was on the far side with a door on it seems to shift from left to right. It just opens up, revealing yet another area. And to the right, you see this set appearing spray, like painted version of a skyscraper or a hotel. And in this window, you recognize the face, the picture you've seen in these books of Asa Darabandi. And as you look up and he waves, hey, you see a couple other little heads peek up over the window.
Oh, the kids.
Oh, God.
The girls.
No.
As these girls look over and their face is completely gray and completely like no life in it, and they just look at you with these dead-looking eyes, and they're like,
What?
wave to you, and their little ponytails are in their hair. Roll a fucking sanity check, and I honestly don't know if you're going to get out of this room.
I don't know if I'm gonna get out of this.
This
real
might
life.
be where Bobby dies.
Oh, 68. 68 over 25.
These children, dude, it is such a horrifying scene because you know what happened to them.
Oh God, no! I know. This is a fucking nightmare.
Here we go off the roller coaster. You take 3 more points of sanity damage.
Jesus. All right,
And now it has tipped, and now we chunk, start to completely fall. Let's come back to Neil. Roger and Bobby are running. They're gaining distance. The clown is chasing Neil.
I think he hurt himself, like when he dove. Like, he's an old man,
Okay.
and I think he's just. I don't think he can move. I think he's just lying there.
All right. So we'll come to Roger, and now Roger, at this, you recognize that Neil is injured. He can't get up. Perhaps.
And Bobby's standing right there. He's like, Bobby slaps Bobby.
Bobby's just looking at the girls. And just
Bobby, I'm gonna drink this. I'm gonna hand it to you, and then you run it back to Neil.
Don't drink it. I don't want to drink it.
Bobby, it's the only way out. Pull it together, Wolford. And I'm gonna drink.
okay.
I'm gonna try.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to taste it.
What do we got?
12.
Oh God.
12.
I would like to think
myself.
I'd like to think that in this moment, Roger actually put it up to his mouth while it was empty, because he was just like, "Fuck it."
Here's the plan, Bobby.
And as you put it up, it just wub fills and then pours into Roger. Roll a sanity check.
That is a fail. 81. My dice. I switched dice to these green dice because the blue was only rolling 90, 80, 90, 80, 90, 80. So I switched to these, and now, 80. They're harder to see. So I failed.
Oh God.
You fail. This liquid absorbs into you. You get the same taste: ash, dry, hot, burning, awful. Thinking, what have I done? It goes into your system, and suddenly you start to see flashes forward, flashes backward. Roger, through this entire thing, has been a man out of time. He's been placed in these different situations to a point where he doesn't even know what's real, what isn't, and now he's following orders and takes this drink and thinks that this might, if it doesn't save him, at the very least, perhaps it will put him wherever Vicky is or went, even if that is death. Perhaps we go to it together. You get this feeling, Roger, that you are not going to vanish in the time that the clown is going to come to you. And you reach out this glass and hand it to Bobby, right? Is that what you were saying? You say you're handing it to Bobby?
Yeah, well, I want to see how many points of sanity I take, and then I'll tell you.
You take 1 point of sanity damage.
All right, so yeah, he'll be like, what have I done? What have I done? It's like Romeo and Juliet. And he hands it to Bobby and says, don't do it.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
He reaches over. He says, don't do it. And in that moment, you hear a very strange sound. You hear this awful, weird, otherworldly sound as the clown, seeing the next gulp of this patsu go down and disappear into Roger Cumstone, it twitches and its arm seems to almost dislocate and then get popped back in, and is it a trick of the light? It can't be. It's growing again, and it appears to you that it is now about 13 feet tall.
Fucking hell.
And Bobby's just been told not to drink the liquid. We'll see you next week.
We have to end. I'm crazy, Bobby. Listen to me.
We've run out of time for a session.
My head is gonna explode.
You have to tell me one thing.
No.
Is Vicky dead? Should I roll up a new character?
Yeah, let me
We'll see you next week.
Oh my god.
Maybelline!